Well, in North Little Rock, there's a place by the Arkansas River that is filled with military history.
And today's Discover Arkansas Wake Up Central's Ashley King takes us to Fort Roots and why it holds significant place here in the history books of Arkansas.
So in 1893, the U.S. Army chose Big Rock Mountain in North Little Rock as the location for one of its new military posts, Fort Logan H Roots. And it served as an important military training facility in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. So 4 of the existing hospital structures were demolished, but they did retain many of the original military buildings, plus the 11-acre parade ground, which is in the center of the original post. Most of the historic buildings around the former parade ground were listed in the National Register of Historic Places in 1974 because of the area's military history.
Don't you wish you could build a house like that now for $28.90?
We're on the second floor balcony of the hospital that was built here in the 1890s. And imagine the view that they would have as they were sitting on this balcony recovering. Building number 34 was built in 1906 as a barracks for 65 men to live in, and it cost less than $27,000 to build this huge building. Just keep in mind that $27,000 in 1906 would be about $845,000 in 2021. One of the older buildings here, built in 1986, 130 enlisted men would live in the barracks here, and it only cost about $22,500 to build this at the time. We better hurry up, we're running out of time to even shoot this segment. We ran into this really nice man that gave us a book about the history of Fort Roots. Even before that the military was here, there was a hotel on top of this, and they sold it to build Fort Roots. Originally, they wanted to put this in Pulaski Heights, which most people know now in the Little Rock area is just the Heights, but it was so expensive, so they went ahead and got 1,100 acres right on top of Big Rock, which is what this area was called at the time, and it still is. Well, you know, if you're gonna be here training for the military, you've gotta have a gymnasium. These are actually quarters now for doctors that work at the VA, but they were originally built in the 1890s for officers to stay in. Behind me is Pinnacle Mountain in 430, and you can see the Emerald Park Trail. So if you're biking, walking, you'll be able to see a lot of Fort Roots. You know, when we first started out, we saw the Capitol, and now we're looking at 430. This is a photo of the mess hall and kitchen from 1901. You can see the water tower in the background. Between the historical significance and the beautiful views, you should come and see this area, but make sure you call ahead because of COVID-19 protocols. Come and discover Fort Roots in North Little Rock and go discover Arkansas.